Yeah, welcome to another episode of Mrs. Z and Fifth with your host, Zacchaeus and the Fifth General. What's going on? Zacchaeus is here. What's good? What's good? Zacchaeus.
Oh yeah, definitely. So what we're gonna talk about today is the Loni Love talking about black men cheating. All saying across the board, all black men cheat. And if we're gonna do that topic, basically talk about that topic, man, and talk about we really think all black men cheat. And we already know the answer to. Me and Fifth already know the answer to that already. So, but we're gonna just break it down. We're gonna just have this conversation, about this, about Loni Love. Cause to be honest with you, when I heard her saying it, then I played the audio on YouTube, and then cause I don't watch The View a lot. I only see The View maybe once a few times, but I don't really watch The View. I don't. So the thing is that when I heard it, I was just able to catch it on YouTube and everything, and I was like, man, I can't believe she said this, man.
Yeah.
In front of all those people, I can't believe that she would actually say, coon and just say something like that, and then also bring up slavery too in it too, and say that, well, because of slavery. Stop blaming slavery. That's what I said to it. Stop blaming slavery. She says because of slavery, all this why we stem from slavery. And I said that's not true. Yes, the origin of and she said it stemmed from slavery, but I'ma just go ahead and stop blaming slavery for that. So if you talk about the separation of the families, okay. Because that did happen in slavery, separation of families. Yes, it did. And the women being taken away, child being taken away from women. That did happen. But and she must be talking about the Mandingo thing, stemming all the way from slavery. Okay, Loni Love. We have to have a sit down and talk about history, black history, and about history in the whole. It didn't stem from slavery like that. Not what she's saying. But you can't just blame it on that, because all black men do not cheat.
We're gonna play a clip, and then I'm gonna get into what I need to say on this. All right.
Okay,
Here's
cool.
Loni Love from The Real. And her comments about a lot of black men in the black community don't know how to be faithful. These are her reasonings.
In the black community, I don't speak for the black community, but I do think that a lot of black men, they really don't know how to have true, faithful relationships. They think because they have money, because they have power, that they can treat women any kind of way.
Loni Love is saying things.
And that is something we need to work on. We need to work on that. That money and power does not mean that you can just do whatever you want to do.
I think sadly in so many cultures that is the whole machismo thing. Like that goes across the board. But I'm gonna say
it's not across the board, because what is happening is that we are still dealing with the point of slavery. And we are descendants of slavery. And because our families were broken up, we still do not have an idea of how to have together families, because our families were broken up.
Yes,
and until we really
from that perspective, I absolutely
not
get it.
just slavery, welfare reform in the 60s and 70s. This is a long.
Longer
so when you hear Joe Budden say, he worked so hard, it's not a bad thing. He's saying, Kevin don't want to be poor no more. Okay? So he's like, let me go out here and make this money, because I don't want to go back to where I was in Philly. So what he was saying was he was using it as an excuse, and we modernize it and say, but that's not, but you got to understand the whole psychology behind it. That's the reason why he's working so hard, because he don't want to go back to where he came from, because then he'll lose the power.
And him working so hard is affecting his relationship.
Exactly.
Yeah. So it is a
conundrum.
Correct.
Well,
Yeah. So that was the audio from that episode on The View.
Okay, let's get into it. Loni, and I mean this respectfully, shut the heck up forever. You spoke out of context. You did. You spoke out of context. I don't like that. If you're going to tell the story, tell the whole story. Tell the whole story. Here's the story, because that's what we're going to do on this program. She said slavery, right?
Mm-hmm.
First of all, she cut off Adrian Balan, who happens to be married to a South African man by the name of Israel Houghton. For those who know him, for those who don't know him, whatever, it doesn't matter right now in this conversation. But he is a South African man. Jeannie Mai is in a relationship with a black man by the name of Young Jeezy, rapper. Y'all know him.
Mm-hmm.
Amanda, I don't know who Amanda Seals is with. Doesn't matter. I'm sorry. Tamara Mowry is married to a white man, but she is a biracial woman. She's black and white. Adrian said the mentality that you're talking about having money and having power and doing what you want with women, she said that's a machismo thing across cultures. Now, she is right. She's right about that.
Mm-hmm.
So, Loni, that was disrespectful how you just cut her off like that to make it seem like a truth that she told wasn't valid. That's valid. She was trying to stop Loni from generalizing about black men because she's with a South African black man. She's trying to defend at least her husband to some degree.
Yeah.
Jeannie couldn't even get a word out. But for those who've seen the clip of her talking on the reel, Jeannie looked like she wanted to say something because Jeannie is with a black man. So she doesn't want to think about that while she's with her black man. And Jeannie's Asian. So here she is taking a chance on a black man. She don't want to hear this right now. She don't want to have to look at Young Jeezy sideways. Go ahead, Zacchaeus.
Yeah, my mistake. That's The Real, right? That's a show called That's a show called The Real.
Yeah, okay. The Real. It's okay. We corrected that. So the thing is, in slavery, she's right about the buck breaking. Sorry, I didn't mean to go to the microphone like
the
that.
Mandingo buck breaking.
She's talking about the buck breaking that went down on the plantations. And yes, part of that buck breaking, other than killing and beating and raping the men, also what was part of buck breaking was having them have babies with other black women on the plantation and moving them to other plantations, taking their responsibility away from the families. That is something that they did because they picked out, let's pick the strongest buck to get with the slave woman who has whatever features and what kind of, thick features. She got big butt and breast. They think scientifically that a strong, diesel brother is with a black woman with these voluptuous parts can scientifically birth sons who have the same DNA or whatever. It's just something that they do, right? As far as breeding, they treated us just like bulls because that's how they breed bulls. Okay, that's how they breed cows and bulls. So anyway, so what she failed to mention is that there are post-slavery that black men still married black women. The black marriage rate was very high. Very high. We still wanted each other because, we were all we got. So the black family still fought to be intact post-slavery.
Yes.
Amanda Seals mentioned the welfare programs and all other stuff. Now, she's right about other programs that have come in and have gotten away of the black family. I mean, for those who've seen Claudine, you couldn't even have a shoe or a man's shoe or a man's size jacket in the house. Otherwise, they'll take that right from you. So we know.
Yeah.
So we know about that. Also, Loni, it needs to watch what she's doing. She's on a public forum, such as The Real. The Real gets sponsors, okay, advertising. It has viewers of all different races, men and women. Women and men watch the show, primarily women, but men and women watch the show. She needs to understand that narrative is an old narrative that is spoken by white supremacy. White supremacists have always spoken this narrative that black men are this, but white men are that. Mm-hmm. What she needs to understand is that white men cheat too. White men have been known to not only just cheat on a woman, but they'll have another family in a whole nother state.
A mistress.
Okay, and the wife won't even know about it. I'm just saying things. If she's going to talk about black men, talk about all men, because she's being very careful about talking about the stereotypes that are against white men, because she is dating a white man. Also in slavery, there was bed wenchery.
Wenches, yeah. Mm-hmm.
She won't speak on that, because then I don't think she would like the narrative of black women prone to getting with white men, because back then white men was raping them and they became bed wenches, and this is what we have today. I don't think she would like that narrative being spoken on a platform. She would disagree with that. She would disagree that first of all, I disagree with that. What I'm saying is she would disagree with that. She wouldn't let something like that be said on another show or her show. So, Loni, you shouldn't have said what you said on your show, because in all reality, you actually don't believe that. And secondly, if you are happy with the white man that you're with, which nobody cares that you're with him anyway, but if you're happy with him, why you got to say something negative about black men? See, this is the problem. Black folks in interracial relationships, I feel like we're beating a dead horse with this on some of the other topics we talked about. If you are making your decision about who you want to be with, who's non-black, then you have disqualified yourself from even being qualified to talk about black relationships now. You should talk about your relationship. You should talk about interracial dating, if that's what you want to do, because that's the fight that you're in right now. You're not with a black man, so you can't be speaking on a brother.
Exactly.
Because I think, and this is what I said to my brother Zacchaeus off air, I believe she still wants a brother. And it hurts. That's why. Otherwise, she wouldn't feel no need to talk about him. Jeannie is what? Korean, whatever she is. And I'm not saying to be disrespectful by saying whatever she is, but she is of an Asian group. She's with Young Jeezy.
Yeah.
A black man. But I never seen her get on the Real and say, Asian men are not faithful. Asian men are not this. Asian men are not that. Because the Asian community is on code. They know better than to get on a program and talk about their own like that.
They're not gonna do it. They're not. Even the ones that are born here, they're not gonna get on the air. Even if like you said, like she's dating Young Jeezy. Mm-hmm. They got the ones that they got the Asians that will never, female Asians that will never come on there and disrespect they're proud of who they are. They're not gonna do that.
Exactly.
They're not gonna do that. They're not gonna do that. They may talk privately, but they're not gonna air it out on public like how we're gonna do. They're not gonna do that. You know. So I was very taken back that what she said. And I agree with. I'm gonna piggyback on what she said. I agree on what you said first too. I think she's with a white man, and she felt she got the green light to disrespect the black male and say that a black man cheating and then bring up money and say it because it was a conversation about Kevin Hart's situation with his woman. And that's how that conversation, and I think this conversation, and then came about. That's how the convocation came about. And when she said this, it's like, you know, when she said that, like she was like looked like she was tearing, like she was hurting. I don't know if you look at her carefully, but it looked like she was hurting. Like she was like so hurtful about black men that have money, and now we disrespect and treat our women bad because men that are famous would say that no, you're wrong. You're totally wrong. You know, I mean, just to name a few. Will Smith is still with his woman. He ain't disrespect. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
I mean, there's quite a few of them.
Exactly.
They got some NBA players that are with their women, and they ain't disrespecting their women. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you gotta watch what you gotta watch. You gotta be careful what you say, especially in the public eye. You never catch another nationality coming off saying that.
Here's the thing, Zacchaeus, and I'm gonna give it back to you. The reason why Loni Love is empowered, other than the fact that she's dating a white man, which is fine, she could date a white man, she could do whatever she wants.
Yeah.
I think she's projecting. I feel like she thinks black men and women have a problem with her being with this white man that she's with. Nobody cares. They really don't. I don't.
Nah, I don't.
This is the year 2020. Interracial relationships are nothing new. They're nothing new. This isn't 1920. It's 2020. Okay? So, back to my point. The reason why I think that she feels empowered, other than that, is because she knows that there's no penalty or consequences for talking about and demonizing black men on TV. That's why. Would she ever talk about a Jewish man cheating? Would she?
No, she would never do that.
She'd be unemployed before the program even ends. They would come back from commercial break and Loni would not even be there.
Man, they'll pull the plug on her, man. I'm telling you.
They'll pull the plug on the whole freaking show. And they'll make everybody suffer. Listen, Tamar used to be on that show. Okay, Loni, you could be next. They don't play around. That's why she feels empowered to say what she said about black men. I don't like it. Loni, if you're going to tell the story, you have to tell the whole story. And then you have to speak responsibly. That was not responsible. That was disrespectful. And I wonder what her black father or black brothers or black cousins, black male cousins have to say about that. You can't get on there and disrespect black. See, here's the thing. This is why we need to shut people down, man. We need to not support any of this stuff, man. Because the thing is, they feel empowered because of that. They feel empowered because there's no. First of all, black people, period, don't have any friends, allies, or any support. We don't. So this is why they could talk about us with no consequences, without even blinking.
Exactly.
You know? I'm a black man. I ain't never cheated a day in my life. I'm a black man who wants a legacy, a kingdom, a family.
Yes.
So I never come from that mentality that she's talking about. And first of all, the money don't matter. If a man is going to cheat, you have men who don't even have jobs, who are living with a woman who is still going out there and cheating.
Yes.
They don't have two nickels to rub together. Don't have a pot to piss in and they're cheating. So it has nothing to do with money, Loni. Has nothing to do with money. There's a man out there right now who told his woman, there's a man out there right now who told his woman, this is of any race, who told his woman, I'll be working late. The man comes home 3 o'clock in the morning. She don't know what the man did. He could have did something. He could have did anything. every woman can, not every woman, but women of different nationalities can relate to that, not just black women.
Exactly.
Like, that's disrespectful. You got men who are out there who haven't even come home yet.
Yeah, they left for good.
They leave and then they come home 3 days later. You know what I'm saying?
Like a few months they're on a business trip.
Exactly.
A few months later.
And they tell
months later, because you know what they're doing?
And they tell that woman, yo, don't call my phone because it's gonna be off because I gotta do such and such, so my phone ain't gonna be working for a while. And then you have women who will fall for that. That could be a white man, Asian man, Hispanic man, Indian, East Indian man, whatever he is. That could be any man. So Loni, that was very disrespectful. You know, no disrespect, but all due respect.
All
Loni.
due respect.
You had a line. You had a line. And how dare you get up there? And the fact that you're with a white man, how dare you get up there and talk about? Now, she did say, I don't speak for black people. I don't speak for all black people. She did make her statement.
Okay, but she did say that?
She did say that in the beginning. But the problem is, she left what we call the rhetoric became negative because there was no solution. And she said because of slavery. Now, brother, you said, the fact don't just blame it on slavery, right?
Yeah.
Because there are other things that happened during slavery that other groups, that one particular group doesn't want to be still known for or blamed for. I mean, if I'm not mistaken, you've had the Spanish who slave traded the boats, the Spaniards. You've had slave masters of Caucasian look. They were white men, whether they were white Polish, German, English, whatever. They had slaves. So being that they had slaves, and that particular time of slavery, the raping, the pillaging, and all of that, I don't think she would say that her man is a product of still having the same attitude and Viking nature that the slave masters had back then. Would she blame slavery on that?
She wouldn't. No.
I don't think she would go there.
She wouldn't do that. No,
I don't think she would.
And she wouldn't say about she. And the thing is that too. He just says black men, right? But there's a lot of, different. On the side, like you said before, they go and they have their own family. They make two different families in different cities and everything. They do that, and so to just to level down to black men is like, it's just a point of saying that you just loop all of us in one boat. I'm sure her father and her brother, if she has brothers would definitely. Because
repeat that last part, man. The mic cut off. Say it again.
Yeah, I'm sure your brother, if she has a brother or a father or cousins, male cousins, will say you're out of line. Cause listen, I'm with my wife. I'm a woman. I don't cheat. And and I'm sure she disagreed with Brother Charlemagne the grounds when Brother Charlemagne says, black men don't cheat. So
right, what he means by black men is a man, not so much. He's saying black boys, immature men who are not men in a mature sense. He's
black men don't cheat. Black boys cheat,
right?
But black men don't cheat.
Black, real right. Black real men. Right.
Let me break that down real quickly too.
Yeah, go ahead.
Let me break that down. Some men haven't fulfilled let me break down that right here, because some men haven't fulfilled their youthful ways. So in other words, for example, now if you are a young man and you I was got married early in your life. Let's say you got a man gets married at 21, but he never really dated. But he just got married early. Some men haven't got that out. Some men want to explore. They haven't got that out their system yet. Some boys want to explore. They haven't got that out their system yet. So they look to explore. They look to they fantasize. They want to fulfill their fantasies. So they haven't really lived out their fantasies. Now a man, when a man gets old mentally, there's a difference between a boy and a man. When the man when he grows mentally, he mentally have all these experiences and he grows mentally. He don't need to. He don't even cheat. He doesn't cheat because you know why? He got that all out of he got whatever he was doing when he was a youth. As he grows into a man, he's developed the manhood now, and he's developed manhood. And he got that all out of his system. He got that all out of his system. That's why I always advise men, boys, to don't get married. So don't get married so early sometimes, or don't or date around, explore. The reason why I say date around, explore, because some men, some boys haven't fulfilled their fantasies yet. They still want to date other women and see other women.
Yeah.
But as you grow into a man and you develop the manhood now, when you meet a woman, maybe it doesn't matter what age. It could be a little older. When you're older, sometimes you have more experience. Sometimes. So, and then when you meet that woman, you fall in love, true love. I'm talking about really fall in love. You won't need to cheat. You'll love her. You'll love that woman so much that you don't. It's like cheating is not in your DNA because you love her. So you love her so much you won't do that to her. Yeah, where they got some boys that's still 40-year-old boys and 30-year-old boys that have a woman, have a woman, that have a wife, and they still want to cheat. They still want to step out. Why? Because they still have that fantasy. They haven't fulfilled their fantasy, so they haven't mentally grown yet. They haven't mentally developed yet. I'm not talking. I'm talking about across the board, men in general, across the board. So I take it from that angle, and I understand Charlemagne the God when he says black men don't cheat.
Right.
A man doesn't cheat, but boys will always cheat.
Exactly. And the thing is, back to Loni. I need Loni to speak fairly. It's not fairly. First of all, what Loni needs to understand, Loni needs to get knowledge of self. Because if she had knowledge of self, then she would understand what it means to be on code. Because she would know that the media is already not America, this world. The media is not fair to black men anyway. So you can't speak that narrative without speaking about everybody. If you're going to speak about somebody's dirt, then speak about it all. And if you're not going to speak about everybody else's dirt, then don't say anything.
Yeah.
It's not, people in the white community, or Caucasian community rather, would don't want to be judged for the past of their of their descendants. Right? Am I right or wrong?
You're right.
They don't want to be judged for that. What Loni just did is judged black men for that.
Yes, that's exactly what she did.
It's not right.
Exactly what she did. Mm-hmm. But yet,
think about it. The media is very crafty. The media believes if I could just get somebody who looks like them to say these things, then we can clear ourselves from saying, oh, well, we're not racist because so-and-so's black. She said it.
Exactly.
No, I don't care. First of all, Loni is black. But to me, what she said was racist against black people. And just because you're not white don't mean you can't be a puppet or a shield for white supremacy. White supremacy is beyond a color thing. People have positions, and there are non-white people in white supremacy who have positions. They become their agents, their attack dogs. We're not going for that, man. All right, so I don't watch The Real, but I'm issuing a boycott against The Real until they remove Loni Love. That's my declaration today. Boycotting The Real until they remove Loni Love. And let that be an example for anybody else who wants to get up there with bed wench views and talk about black men.
Exactly. It's just, yeah.
Zacchaeus, you go. The floor is yours. Take all the time you need, man.
Yo, Loni, let me tell you something. You know, it's like this. Loni is a lot. I have some friends, and I'm gonna say it again. I have friends that are single, and I know for a doubt they have good character, decent, honest, decent, godly men, good character men that they, and fifth is them is the one I'm speaking to right now. Good character.
Thank you.
And they will make a good husband to a woman, and he's black.
Yep.
So
and I
Loni,
want a black woman,
and he wants a black woman. You know what I'm saying? So Loni, and I know you said I'm not speaking for all black people, but when you said it, people took it that way. When you said I'm not for all black men, for all black people, and you say black men, and that's why you have so much backlash, because we took it that way. We took it that way. You have to understand that when you don't have knowledge of self, and I notice that people that don't have knowledge of self, they tend to say these things out of, like for example, like oh well, I know, look at that killer, black on black crime. They're quick to say that quickly, or they're quick to say, oh yeah, well it's typical. This is what black men do. They cheat. And passing over the good brothers that are willing to have a family, settle down, and have a family with black women. You forgot about them. You pass them over like they didn't even exist. Because I'm married, and I have kids, and I love my wife, and listen, I love her too much to cheat. That's why I say, and I say it again, men don't cheat. Boys cheat. Because they still have their youthful fantasies that they want to fulfill. So they cheat. So Loni, you can't come off and you can't say black men cheat. Especially in front of an audience like that, in public display, an audience like that on national TV. Where's your pride? Where is your pride? As a sister, where is your pride? It has nothing to do with you. The conversation I'm addressing you with has nothing to do with who you're dating. It's about your views and what you stand and what you said. It's what you said that kind of like it kind of like and you tried to break down the history too with it too. So you listen, Loni. Listen, sister. You can't when you come off like that, it's like you're supporting the white supremacy that's out there, and you're attacking the brothers.
I want The Real to invite Shahrazad Ali on a program because she would definitely correct this. If Frances Cress Welsing was still here, she would correct this. There are other women out there who are Team Black Empowerment that they should have had on this show, on this topic, to speak on that. Yeah. Because Loni apparently isn't. You know, this ain't the first time, man. She done had this whole thing about, remember earlier when she was talking about because of mass incarceration, it's black men not available. I remember that. So she was, listen, she was already heading this way. So it was on its way. I'm not surprised. But don't go full coon. Dang.
I think she was there already, sipping that coon juice, brother.
Coon-aid. Not Kool-Aid, but Coon-aid. All right. We're gonna
we get out of here, man.
We're gonna bring this to a close. I hope you guys were entertained by this topic. We just had to have some real talk once again about this situation. Let me try to end this on a positive note. Who no matter who you are and who you may be, because I don't believe only black people listen to this program. Whoever you are and who you may be, if you want to love who you want, if you want to have interracial relationships and stuff like that, that's your get down, and you know everybody has to respect that. That's fine. We ain't saying don't do that. You know, me, we're not saying that. But what we are saying is, and I'm gonna put the responsibility on everybody. Don't you dare get with somebody of a different culture and think that you're justified by talking about your own. You can't do that. If me, Fifth, gets with a woman who is Mexican, I better not ever say anything about black women because I chose who I wanted. If I get if I get with a woman who's Asian, same thing. If that's the decision that I made, then I have no business speaking about black women. Period. And that's where we're at with this. Whatever decision that you make, whatever, and you have to stand by that group that you've got with. You need to stand by their causes and their passions. You need to fight with them, vice versa, and they need to fight on your side too. That's what having a teammate and a partner is supposed to be. You fight for each other, and you fight on the side of each other against what is opposing either one of you. And if you're not willing to do that for the person that you're willing to be with, and even within your own race or ethnic group, if you're not willing to fight for for each other, then stay the heck away from everybody. Then,
and stop making your eyes pass me all the time, because Loni is a when I say make my eyes pass, we mean disrespectful. It's the way how she said it, man. I didn't like what she said, man, but because Loni, you have to be proud of who you are. Because I don't know if you have any kids or not, but we got to teach our children to be proud of who they are. And you can't put it's not unfair for me to put every black woman in one boat. All individual black women are different. You see, they think differently. They're meant like every black man is different. Mm-hmm. You know, we think differently, we move differently, but certain things, some of us stand in unity for. You see, we stand in unity, and that's what we got to teach: unification. Because you see, you come out in the platform of, like the real, and you display. So how you think those other nationalities are looking at you like, wow, that's what you think of your own brothers, man? Oh, I said, oh, okay. Yeah. So I guess Loni is right. All black men are no good. Yeah. They're no good. Yeah. Oh, okay. You know, although the lady on the platform, That's Asian. She's Asian.
Jeannie.
She said Jeannie. She said she gave her point of view, but but you didn't hear others say that Asian men are this and Asian men don't know how to hold their own. She did not utter those words.
Real quickly, Adrian Balan tried to speak. Jeannie didn't get a word out, but Adrian is Puerto Rican. Well, is she? I don't know. Puerto Rican, Dominican. She is of the Latino community.
Yes.
But I've never heard her get on that platform and talk about men in the Latino community being cheaters and all this other stuff.
Never.
She's never done that. So she's on code.
Mm-hmm.
She's married to a South African man. But she knows to be on code about her own people.
Exactly.
For some reason, black people don't know how to do that. It's disgusting.
It's disgusting. It's disgusting. So if you want to talk about divide and division, Lani, you can talk about that.
Mm-hmm.
But don't fix your lips to say black men or black women or cheaters and they're no good, because don't do that.
She better hope her man don't cheat on her. Otherwise, she's going to be looking real stupid. All right. Zacchaeus, where can they reach you, man? Let them know.
You can reach me at Wayne Backus 2 on Twitter. Also, you can reach me on Zacchaeus B73 on Instagram, and also Wayne Zacchaeus Backus on Facebook. Yeah.
All right. Y'all can reach me on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram at The Fifth General. Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram at The Fifth General. All right. All right. We're going to get up out of here. Signing off. The Fifth General, Zacchaeus. Another episode of Mrs. Z and Fifth. We'll see y'all next time.
Peace.
Peace.